Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for another tutorial in Melinda's Rubber Room. I'm Melinda Pierce and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to show you how to make this fun fold card. I'm going to call it a triple fold card because there's triple flaps, there's 3 flaps. And this is the card that I showed during my Zoom class last Wednesday. You can find all the information on my Wednesday Zoom classes on my Facebook page at Melinda's Rubber Room. So feel free to join me over there to get all the latest information. But for now, I'm going to show you how to put this card together. Okay, so we are going to start with a piece of 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock, which I have here. And we are going to score that at 5 1/2, which I have already done. And then I'm going to cut 2 3/4 off on one side. And you want to save that piece because we're going to use that on the front. And then the card base is just folded like that. Okay, so that is your first, you're creating your first fold there. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my bone folder just to make sure that all of these folds are nice and tight. Okay, and I am going to be using this beautiful paper that's in the main catalog. This is called Hues of Happiness, and it coordinates with the Happiness Abounds stamp set. This is also in the main catalog. The dies from the set also cut out the flowers from the designer series paper, which is what I'm going to use to decorate the card later. So make sure you check out that paper and the stamp set and the dies, because it really does make some beautiful cards. So I'm going to start by putting this designer series paper onto the front of my card, and this measures 2 1/2 by 4 1/8. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach that. Just like so, and I'm going to go ahead and put the inside piece down as well. So this inside piece measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. So I'll go ahead and glue that down. So the base of my card is soft succulent that coordinates with the soft succulent that's in this designer series paper. Okay, so now I have the top piece of my card. This is the piece that we cut off from the base of the card. And we have a piece of designer series paper and a piece of white cardstock. So the designer series paper measures, designer series paper measures 2 1/2 by 4. And and the white piece of cardstock measures 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. So that's the white piece is going to go on first. So you'll just have a tiny border around there, and then the designer series paper will go on top of that. So I'm going to go ahead and attach those all together. Like so, and then this is the last piece that goes on top. And this one I wanted the paper to coordinate, but I wanted it to be a little less busy than the rest of the paper because I am going to be decorating the front of the card. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to just this top flap here. So I'm just going to put some tape on the top half of this piece. And that looks about right. Okay, now I'm going to take my other inside flap. So this piece measures 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. I'm sorry, this measures 3 1/4 by 10, and it's scored at 5 inches. So 3 1/4 by 10, scored at 5 inches. And that's just going to be glued on right on top of this designer series paper. I have to keep referring back to my sample because it's been a week and since I did this class, and once I do the class, everything just kind of flies out of my head. I forget how to do everything. So, okay, so that is the inside flap. And then we have a piece of white cardstock that's going to go right on top, and that measures 3 1/8 by 4 7/8. And then another one goes on the inside of that. So if you want to make this card a little less heavy for mailing purposes, you can certainly take out some of these layers if you want. But I do find that they add something to the card. Okay, so now we have 2 little pieces of designer series paper. I wanted to repeat that design on these inside flaps. And those measure 3 inches by 1, and you need 2 of those. And then one goes on this other inside flap. You can see how easy and quick this card goes together once you have all your pieces cut. And it's really kind of a fun card to give away. I see that one of these pieces is off terribly. I think it's this inside one. I can lift that up and straighten it out. A little hard to get these things straight when I'm on camera without getting my head in the way, so sometimes you just have to bear with me. There you go. Nice and straight. Okay, so now all I have to do is decorate it. So I am bringing in one of these larger roses that I die cut out of the paper, and I think I'll go ahead and raise that up on dimensionals because everything is better with a little bit of dimension to it. This paper is so pretty. It has these gorgeous watercolor washes on the opposite sides of some of the paper. So lots of fun uses for this paper. I'm going to put that just like that, and then I'm going to squeeze some of my little leaves down below. Again, these were also cut from that same designer series paper and dies. Just like so, and then I can add a greeting here if I wanted to. I probably should have done that before I attached it all together, but I'm going to keep this as a blank card so I can use it when I need it. And I do have some leaves here too. I guess I'll put that on this one. So again, I'm just using the die cuts from that same paper and add some leaves on this one. Something like that. Okay, so there is that completed card, minus the greetings. Hope you enjoyed that little tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to message me in the comments on YouTube or over on my Facebook page at Melinda's Rubber Room. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that I showed, you can do so at my online store at melindapierce.stampinup.net. Feel free to join us on my YouTube or on my Zoom class on Wednesdays. All the information is over on my Facebook page, and I have posted what I will be doing tomorrow on my free Zoom class. So hop on over to my Facebook page and you can see all the information there. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.